This video is going to be all about Jackson and his 18-month update. This is actually the second time that I have tried filming this video because the first one actually ended up being corrupted. So I'm refilming it now and hopefully nothing happens with this video and I can get it edited and uploaded before Monday. Kind of just to start off with, yes, he's 18 months, he is doing fantastic with his milestones. He's in the last probably like 6 weeks, I would say, he has learnt to jump, and obviously since he turned 18 months he has improved on that a lot, and he loves jumping everywhere. He's just jump. He loves jumping off of everything, so that has been fun. He also just loves to climb. He will climb on whatever he can and then jump off. So that's been super fun. We really have to watch him sometimes because he's a bit of a daredevil with it, so we've got to be a bit careful to make sure he doesn't fall and really hurt himself. He has actually been walking since he was 10 months old. I don't think I've ever actually kind of touched on that. So he has been walking since he was 10 months old. He did crawl for a little bit, but obviously once he started crawling he realized that he could move on his own and wanted to just start walking, so that didn't last long with the crawling. Jackson is still swimming. I did do a video on his first swimming lesson like ages ago. He started when he was 4 months old. He is still swimming now and he absolutely loves it. He loves being in the pool. He also loves just being in water in general. Although in saying that, we went on holidays in August. It was still a bit cold and he just wanted to go in the water. He was having a tantrum at 7 o'clock in the morning because we weren't allowed to go outside to go into the pool. Even at the beach, he just loved it. He did not care about the cold. He just wanted to get in there. However, me and Mum went on holiday with Jackson again at the end of November, and he hated the beach water because it was too cold. I don't know what happened. I don't know if maybe because he was actually off from swimming for a while, and I don't know, maybe once he got back into swimming again, he realized, oh, the water's nice and warm here, I like it here. And then we go to the beach and it's like, okay, no, this is cold, I don't like this. So I don't know what happened there, but we went to a different beach when we were at the same place and the water was warmer and he loved it. So I think he just prefers being in the warmer water than he does like cold water, which is understandable. He's a baby. Even though this is Jackson's 18-month update, he thinks that he's like a 3-year-old already. His tantrums are on a whole nother level for an 18-month-old, and I just hope that when he gets to being 2 and 3 years old, he's already out of that stage, but he just tantrums galore all the time, just tantrum. So it's been fun. I've been loving it. Jackson, he obviously goes to daycare and he loves to play with older kids. So he has a friend that is the same age as him, but if we go to a park and there's kids the same age as him and then there's older kids, he will just be staring at the older kids and watching what they do, and then he tries to copy them. So he definitely thinks that he's older than what he actually is. He's obviously giving cuddles at the moment. He gives kisses. We say, can we have a hug or a cuddle? And he comes up and he's like, ah, and he lays his head against you, gives you a cuddle. He gives kisses. He doesn't really blow kisses anymore. Whenever you'd say give kisses, he would blow a kiss, but he doesn't really do that anymore. He actually gives a kiss now. With playing with things, Jackson, he just absolutely loves any sort of knob that will turn. So we've got a ceiling fan in our room and we've got a little knob that you use to turn it. He gets his little stool out and he stands there and he just constantly turns that on and off, and watching the fan go on and off for ages. Same with light switches. He loves playing with light switches, and he absolutely loves lights, and he's now obsessed with Christmas lights, of course, because it's now December as I mentioned, I am filming this a month late now, but anyway, yes, he absolutely loves Christmas lights. Whenever we, like, as soon as we wake up, he is pointing at the Christmas tree saying, basically to say, like, I want the lights on, turn the lights on. And when we go to my parents' place, he knows exactly where the switch is to turn the Christmas tree lights on. So as soon as we get there, if they're not on, he will go and turn them on. It's a bit hard for him to actually turn on our lights at the switch because he knows where the switch is. But it's also plugged into a power board where everything else is. So if we're watching TV as well and he plays with the switch, he ends up turning off everything. And then he has a fit because he's turned off the TV. So now we pretty much have to make sure that we turn on the lights as soon as he wakes up in the morning. So then he's happy. Jackson's sleep schedule at the moment is we kind of start his bedtime routine at about 7:30 now, so he's asleep by 8 because otherwise he just gets more and more overtired and he gets harder to put to sleep up at night time, and he absolutely hates going to sleep. And if he gets to a point where he is overtired, it is a lot harder for him to go to sleep. So we've been starting his routine now at 7:30, which is the whole routine starts about 6:30 for dinner, and then he'll have a bath, and then generally we'll have a bit of a playtime, maybe read a book, we brush his teeth, and then we generally put him into bed with a bottle at 7:30. He does not fall asleep with that bottle because he always gets out of bed and he's like, all done, and he will give us his bottle, and then he thinks it's playtime again. So we have to just keep putting him back into bed, and that might take a while. So by the time he's actually fallen asleep, it's about 8 o'clock or a bit after 8 o'clock. Sometimes it takes longer. Other times it takes hardly any time at all. So his sleep has really been a big struggle for us. We're trying to stick with a routine so he's in that routine and it doesn't mess him up. We're also trying to catch him before he gets overtired. We're also trying to sort out naps during the day to see if maybe he needs an extra nap. So maybe he needs 2 short naps instead of 1 long nap, so he can have a bit of an afternoon nap before dinner time, just to make that transition easier. But we're still experimenting with all that, and that's all you can really do. Lately, he has actually been waking up a bit before 6 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes it's a little bit after. Today we had a bit of a sleep in, actually woke up at 7, so that's been a bit of a hard transition. And now onto the words that he knows. So I'm probably going to miss a lot of words. I will just try and remember. I've got a bunch of them written down, so I will probably just be looking off a little bit while I read through them. I will most likely miss some. So yeah, typically by 18 months, a toddler should know about 15 words. He knows a lot more than that, but of course, every child is different. Some children just don't want to speak until they're older. So yeah, so now I'm going to list off all the words that he knows, and hopefully I don't miss any, or I've got to add some from what aren't actually on the list if I remember. Okay, so he knows mama and dada, baba, papa, poppy, nana, bum, ball, cat, more, or gone, done, belly, hi, bye, hat, shoes, socks, bottle, light, plane, ta, thank you, yay, uh-oh, ha-ha, jump, to, go, down. He does say a lot more. It's usually when we say it. So if we tell him, and he also knows tree. So obviously when we go over to the tree, we say tree and he copies tree. He's been copying a lot of words, especially if we say a sentence, he will copy the very last word. So I'm sure he's hearing it all, but he just repeats what the last word was. So he's at that stage where he's just repeating words that we say. If we tell him to say something, he will say it. Except, he also knows more and he knows one more. So he uses his finger and he'll say one more, but whenever we ask him to say one, he doesn't say one, he just goes straight to two. So I do have a little video where I'm counting with him, and I'll say one and then he says two, and then I say three and then go, because whenever we're like, if he does want to jump off of something, we usually say 1, 2, 3, go, and then he'll jump or do whatever. So he's gotten used to that, and now he just associates it with that. So he understands. Well, I don't think he really understands counting. He just knows that when you say 1, 2 follows. 1, 2, 3, go. So, yeah, but he is super smart, and he's just learning more and more every day. He surprises us every day with different things that he says. Sometimes we'll say things in a certain way and he copies it almost exactly. So Ryan once just said, "Oh no," and you hear Jackson, he was off playing, like we were sorting out the garage and he was off playing, and he just comes out with, "Oh no." So he copies your tone almost exactly. He also obviously knows like his nose, his mouth, his ears, his eyes. He gets a little stuck with the ears sometimes, and the eyes, he doesn't really point to them. He'll sometimes just kind of blink. I do have footage of that as well, and I'll try and include that. Jackson, where's your nose?
Yeah.
Good boy, where's your mouth? Good boy, where's your ears? Where's your ears? You get a little stuck with this one. There they are. Where's your eyes? So yeah, I'm sure I'm missing a lot, but that's all I can think of right now. That's pretty much what I have written down in my notes. I'm sure he has obviously learned a lot more just in the last month from when I filmed it to now, and I obviously didn't write them down. I really should, so I can add it to the baby book. But so I think that pretty much concludes this video. I'm hoping this one doesn't get corrupted so I can edit it and have it uploaded by Monday, and hopefully I can continue on this uploading weekly, which will be on Mondays, and we will see how that goes. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not subscribed already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!